Hi, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe so that I can continue to do tutorial videos for you. Today we are going to do a technique on leather that's going to end up looking more like a watercolor effect or a tie-dye effect. There's different names for it. Call it whatever you'd like. So these were examples I did last week, so I'm going to change it up this time and do some blue colors for this week. So I've got my supplies. I've got my leather dye. These I picked up at Tandy Leather, but you can pick up other dyes at various other stores. I do like this. This is a water stain base, and these particular lids have a very nice little nozzle on them. Can you see that? As opposed to these bottles, I do decant down into a smaller container that I can use. So I've got silver, navy blue, and a turquoise, and I may mix it up even more after that. I need my water spray bottle, need some veg tan leather. Doesn't matter what thickness, makes no difference at all, but do cut a piece that's the size of your project, because once you do this, you're not going to be able to go back in and duplicate it exactly. So while you're kind of in the moment, you're going to want to make as big a piece as you can for your project. I've got a tray here and some sponges. This was cut up from one of the car washing sponges that you can get at the dollar stores. These are damp. They are not wet. I have squeezed all the water out of them that I can. Now in my tray, I'm going to put my colors. So shake these up. And in some cases, I'm not going to care if the colors kind of blend together. But let me just start out by putting the colors in each corner, and then we'll see what happens from there. And it has started raining outside, and I'm hearing some thunder. There it goes. So I'm not sure if y'all can hear that too. Happy for the rain, but if I jump out of my skin, that's probably the thunder. Alright, this is a silver. And I wish I had picked up a green or some other colors, but this is what we have today, so this is what we're going to work with. So take my piece of leather, the size of my project, and don't ever throw scraps away like this. You can make a key tag, you can make earrings, you can make so much stuff out of just a piece like this. Alright, then I'm going to wet it down. Give that just a moment. It's going to give the leather a chance to absorb the color in that you're putting on there. Then I just cut that car wash sponge up into pieces. They don't have to be any particular shape. Makes no difference. I'm going to dab it in my color. Then dab off a little of the excess. And then just freeform it. This one, I kind of went around like this with various colors, and then I put the purple on top. It makes it kind of look like a flower, but I'm just going to freeform this. For you that if you're watching and you have the personality that everybody has to be straight, crisp, clean lines, not the project for you. This is so abstract and random, it's not even funny. I wish I had some of the Bob Ross talent where you could put down 3 blobs and it becomes a tree and a beautiful boat, but I don't, so we're going to go with this. So I'm just kind of dabbing it, just completely random. Now this will darken up, but it will also brighten up once this is dried and you seal the leather. Man, that rain is really coming down. Come on, keep raining. We need you. Okay, so here's my silver. I'm just gonna put that randomly too. And then I'm gonna set this piece aside and let it dry and see how I like the look of it. Let's grab another piece and This time I'm going to kind of make some swirls. So I'm just pushing down gently with my sponge and just making some little swirls. Again, make a swirl on top of a swirl. There is no right or wrong way to do this. And how much you put on depends on you and how much coverage on the leather you want. If you want it fully covered with color, go for it. I like that for now. I'll come back to that. Wet this piece. Oh, that's the back side. You want to wet the shiny side. There we go. My continuous mister is acting up for some reason. So if I want to, let's say, have a blue background, I'm just going to cover this entire piece with blue. Nice little circles on it. Get a little darker. Okay. And now I'm going to go back and put some color on top of that blue base. You can use the point to make little lines, whatever you want to do. I'm right-handed, and for some reason I put my colors on the left side. Go figure. Alright, let's see what that does. Ooh, let's go back to this. That's looking really pretty. I think I want a little more of the silver over here. So you're starting to see it come out as those colors dry. I've got thin piece of leather over here. Now, notice though, this area underneath, if you don't want the color getting on the back of your leather, don't put it down in there. Clean it off first. You can use a tablecloth as your cover for your workspace, or a shower curtain. Those make it easy for cleanup. So let's see, get that nice and wet. Come on. There we go. Now, let's add another color to this mix. Let's put a little bit of slate gray. Maybe I'm going a little too dark. Maybe I should put some red in there too. Let's try. Let's do a little slate gray and some purple. Alright, purple right in the middle. Now if my colors in my little palette here start blending together, I don't care. To me it doesn't matter. They can blend all they want. But if you want your colors to stay true, then put it in a palette where they won't blend together. Okay, so let's see if we can do some designs here. Just using the edge of the sponge, kind of going around, making some little circles or blobs, whatever you want to call them. Ooh, I like that. You can see where it's picking up some of the blue. So this is just your palette here. Just go with it. Just have fun. Freeform it. Go where the colors take you. You can't mess it up. I mean, you really can't. If it starts getting too dark, add some lighter colors on top. If it's getting too light, add some darker colors. I want something kind of in between here. So, let's see. Let's put a little turquoise in here. Let's add a little light turquoise in here. Let's see. Just really makes a nice kind of watercolory look to the leather. Now remember, you've got to let it fully dry before you use it on any of your projects. And seal it. So, seal it, seal it. Oops, knocked the camera again. I'm getting good at that. what color else do I want? I want a little gray around these edges. Kind of want a little bit of red in here. I don't know. I'm just feeling the red. Let's use this one. My red got a little close to my purple, but I'm okay with that. You can use a paintbrush if you want to. I just like the look of the sponge. I just really think it adds to that nice watercolor look. Oh, now you can really hear the thunder. Okay, we're going to leave that to the side. Now that I see this, I kind of want some red and purple in there as well. So just keep going until you like the outcome. And then when you like it, stop. I should have wet this down again because it'd start to dry on its own. So we'll see how this takes the color. And there you have it. That's how you can make your own patterned leather. I remember this one, I started out with it as a dark blue background, and then I added the gray to the top of it. So it's nice and dark. Whereas this, light colors. This just abstract. So once you're finished, clean up your mess, and don't forget, always wear your gloves because your hands will get dirty. And let this dry, seal it, and then make yourself something beautiful. Watch for our next project. Well, I wanted to show you what we ended up with. Now these are still drying and they will still need to be sealed, but just wanted to show you some of the patterns that we got. You could make coasters, you could make earrings, you could make, you know, a key tag, an apple tag holder. So many different options on just these little scraps. So don't throw your scraps away. They can always be used for something. Just start a bucket over in the corner. So I'm just going to keep going through these so you guys can see how they turned out. This was a much softer leather, so the sides are trying to curl up a little bit, so I'll probably dry this with a little weight on it to flatten it out. What do you think? I think they turned out great. I just kept going until I ran out of water stain, out of dye, and I didn't want to waste any, so I just kept going. Hope you enjoyed our class today. Check back in with us next week.